talking about Bumblebee. We just walked out of the theater and we're gonna watch Aquaman in a couple of minutes because they both came out this weekend and we didn't know what we were gonna see, so we just thought of seeing both. And we had very little time, so let's talk about Bumblebee. And we just walked out of it. So what did you think
Well, this
about
is
it?
spoiler free, so we haven't seen the movie. No spoilers. Overall, I really liked the movie.
So did I. Never has a movie felt like so 80s-ish, and I'm sure whoever did the sets got a lot of the stuff from eBay, Craigslist, or from their garages.
It was essentially an 80s coming-of-age story blend in with the Transformers movie. You got the elements of everything blend in there, and I think they did a pretty good job of putting it all together.
And when you think about it, besides action movies, coming of age is my favorite movie genre, and yeah, I just love that type of genre, and I just really like seeing those movies because I could relate to it, because I think I'm dealing with those types of problems in those movies in everyday life, and that's another point for this movie and why it's really good.
It's just gonna sound like an oxymoron, but they managed to actually make a Transformers movie feel small in scale with actually keeping some of the big action in it, and I think it works best this way instead of becoming essentially just 45 minutes of robots fighting back and forth to where you lose interest of what's actually happening within the action sequence. They managed to put some stakes into it, and I never felt more invested watching two metal robots go at each other because I really was worried about the outcome, even though you could kind of tell what's going to happen, but still I was emotionally invested how I've never been before in a Transformers movie.
I have to agree with you. The action scenes in a Transformers movie, they start out great, but then when it's just action scenes, it kind of gets repetitive, and you want to feel more of the story, but they hardly tell any of the story. And this movie did great at that, like actually telling a story with the action scenes.
I think they actually did a good job in blending the human characters with the robot characters without one feeling more skewed towards the other side of it, and I think they finally found a balance, and I hope this is the direction we're moving forward with these Transformer movies. Hopefully this does well enough to where we can get something more similar to this.
And
What was your favorite part of the movie?
I don't really want to get into spoiler details, but there's a lot of emotional scenes, and I could actually relate to the main character in this, and Haley Steinfeld did a great job as
Charlie.
yeah, as Charlie.
Haley Steinfeld, as always, is fantastic in everything she does, and this is no exception. Even though some scenes she had to act essentially against a green screen because she's acting with a CGI character, I think she managed to pull all the emotions that you wanted out of that particular scene. But to me, the standout scene has to be the opening sequence. We finally get an extended look / battle at Cybertron. That's something that hasn't really been touched upon in other movies. And just to see that, being a fan, growing up playing with these toys, I really enjoy that part. And that's where they really managed to bring emotion into what essentially is a big action sequence. So in closing, we really liked the movie.
Yeah.
Anything you didn't like?
Things that I didn't like are probably nitpicks, but they're probably in spoiler territory, so I can't really talk about that. And all you just got to do is get rid of Michael Bay, and then you can turn these movies into great movies.
The biggest thing that I have to be as a negative has to be the John Cena character. He's kind of reminiscent of the ages we get in the other movies, and it sort of felt out of place at times, and some of his delivery was a little bit off. But other than that, there isn't much to complain about. I really enjoyed this movie. This is kind of the Transformers movie that we've been wanting all along, and we finally get to experience it.
So yeah, that's really pretty much our thoughts on this movie.
So overall, check it out. It's fun, it's emotional, it's an 80s throwback type of movie. They make good use of the music in this movie without feeling overdone, and we really enjoyed it. So that's going to be all for our spoiler review for Bumblebee. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. For now, that is all.